Skateboarders, huh? Loud, obnoxious, and always causing trouble, right? Well, maybe you've heard some of these stereotypes before. Well, my name is Mr. Edwin Greyling, and I've been a skateboarder for 20 plus years. I grew up in Pretoria, South Africa, and for the last 2 years, I've been living out in sunny Thailand. And whether I'm in South Africa or Thailand, I've experienced these negative criticisms towards skateboarders. So, I want to share a story with you. About 15 years ago, myself and a group of my friends were skateboarding outside of the Union buildings in my hometown. Now, this is a governmental building. We were doing nothing wrong. We were allowed to be there. And out of nowhere, a woman appeared, wielding a golf club, swinging at us, trying to cause physical harm. She didn't offer much explanation. She simply came out swinging and causing a scene. Now, this wasn't the first time we'd faced aggression from the public, but it made me wonder, and it made me reflect. Are we the problem here, the skateboarders? Or is the problem people like this lady projecting their own insecurities onto us? So, to elaborate a bit further on this point, I want to share with you a satellite image. And on this satellite image, I've highlighted the skate park where I spent much of my youth. This is where I grew up. This is where I honed my craft. And this is where I did what I loved doing, which was skateboarding. I've also highlighted a couple of the institutions that surrounded us. And believe it or not, they had an issue with us being there. For example, the gym. The gym was constantly complaining that we were using their parking spaces, when in reality, these parking spaces were open to the public. And the police station next door, they would conduct random searches on us, often with zero to no warning and specifically targeting skateboarders. This would happen about once to twice a month. And lastly, we have the tennis courts behind the skate park. The owners and the managers of the skate park, of the tennis court rather, would always come to us and complain, "The skateboarding's so loud, it's distracting our players." Now I need to ask you, have you ever heard a tennis match? Can you imagine how distracting that would have been to us skateboarders? It just seemed like every day there was a new absurd complaint coming from the community, and we felt ostracized, we didn't feel wanted. And once again, I'm left wondering, is it really us? Is it the skateboarders? Are we the problem? Well, I don't really want to stand up here and speak about all the negative criticisms I've faced as a skateboarder in the last 20 years. I'm actually here to change your perspective. I'm here to tell you why your child should skateboard or do any other sport that society might view as dangerous, whether that's skydiving, Muay Thai, kickboxing, or even race car driving. Because through these dangerous sports, I've learned way more than just physical skills. I've learned life lessons that have shaped me into the person that I am today. And the most important lesson, you may ask? Well, that would definitely be resilience in the face of failure. I can't tell you how many times I would try a trick where I'd fall, but I'd have to get back up again and reevaluate. And I'd try again. I'd fall, I'd get back up. Again, and again, and again. Until I finally land that trick. And that's a beautiful metaphor for life, you see. Sometimes you have to fail before you can succeed. There would be days where I try one trick and I don't land it. I would have to go home, think about it. But the next day I would be back at the skate park, ready and trying again, and again, and again. And when you finally do land that trick, it's not about the physical achievement. It's about overcoming the fear and pushing through and beyond the unknown. You see, for me, the key here was focus and determination, believing 100% that the next attempt would be the one that I land the trick. And even if it wasn't, I would get up and try again. Now, as I got better at skateboarding, I also started to notice a shift, not only on the board, but in how I approach life itself. You see, skateboarding taught me more than just how to land a trick. Skateboarding taught me how to be resilient, how to adapt quickly, and how to face challenges head on. Every time I faced failure, I had to figure out a new way to get back up on the metaphorical skateboard. And this started to shape my mindset in profound ways. I started to see obstacles in my own life, whether that was my personal goals, some issues that I might have been facing, balancing school and work. I started to see these challenges as opportunities, opportunities to be resilient, opportunities to approach issues head on. And yeah, this beautiful sport, or this dangerous sport, shaped me into the person that I am today. Now, by no means am I saying you should approach a dangerous sport like skateboarding with no caution or with no fear. Fear is a massive component of the sport. Don't expect to get a skateboard and jump down 20 stairs on your first day, or even go down the mega ramp. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. But through the right combination of fear, consistent effort, and calculated risk, these dangerous sports can lead to amazing outcomes. Often, when I would try a trick and I wouldn't get close to landing it, I would have to go back and think about it, the process. Get up, go again. I always had to find a new way to approach the problem. And it wasn't just about skateboarding anymore. This is how I approached life itself. These opportunities were now resources for me. So considering what I've told you and how skateboarding has molded me, I need to ask you this. Why would you be the lady with the golf club, hindering others' development, taking away from someone's opportunity to grow and develop a new skill? She was quick to judge, quick to assume that what we were doing was wrong, when in reality, it was her inability to understand what we were doing and why we were doing it. You see, too often in life, we're too quick to judge others based on surface-level perceptions and fear of the unknown. But I'm here to tell you that it's not the skateboarder, the skydiver, or the race car driver you should be worried about. It's the mindset that says this is dangerous, and therefore it should be bad. That is the mindset that stops growth. The real danger here is in withholding opportunities. When we withhold opportunities for our children to take part in these dangerous sports, we're not allowing them the opportunity to develop. We're not allowing them the opportunity to be resilient and to problem solve. We're telling them that fear and failure is something to be avoided, when in reality, failure is probably the greatest teacher that they'll ever have. So instead of being like that lady with the golf club, acting out of fear and misunderstanding, let's rather be the ones to encourage our children to take on a dangerous sport. Let them fall, let them get back up again, and let them learn the power and pleasure of persistence after failure. Because in the end, it's not the danger of the sport that matters. It's the lessons learned along the way, being able to push through the uncomfortable part, and finally triumphing after fear. So let your children skate. Let them dive, let them box, let them fall and get back up again. Because a dangerous sport like this can shape their mindset for the rest of their lives. Thank you.